Have you ever wondered what exactly happens to your body and mind during sex? It's a question that piques the curiosity of many, yet it remains shrouded in mystery and misconception. Today, we're going to reveal the facts and debunk the myths. Sex is a multidimensional experience that encompasses both physiological and psychological aspects. It's not just about the physical act, but also the emotions, perceptions, and cognitive processes that accompany it. Understanding these aspects is crucial as it can enhance our sexual experiences, improve our relationships, and even boost our overall well-being. We'll explore the physiological reactions that occur during sex, from increased heart rate to the release of hormones. We'll also delve into the psychological side, discussing the role of arousal, desire, and satisfaction. And of course, we'll examine the intriguing interplay between mind and body, and how they work together to create a unique sexual experience. Let us delve into this fascinating topic to answer some of the most common questions about sex. The human body undergoes several changes during sex. It is a symphony of hormones, nerves, and physical responses. To understand what happens during sex, we need to look at the sexual response cycle, a term coined by researchers William Masters and Virginia Johnson. This cycle is divided into 4 phases: excitement, plateau, orgasm, and resolution. Both men and women experience these stages, but the timing and specific responses can vary. In the excitement phase, the body prepares for sexual activity. This is when arousal begins. For men, this results in an erection, and for women, it results in vaginal lubrication and an enlargement of the breasts. This is all thanks to the central nervous system sending signals to increase heart rate, blood pressure, and blood flow to the genital areas. Next comes the plateau phase. The body continues to build up arousal. For men, the testes are pulled up into the scrotum. For women, the clitoris becomes highly sensitive and may retract under the clitoral hood to avoid direct stimulation. The body is now primed for orgasm, the peak of the sexual response cycle. Now this is where the fireworks happen, the orgasm phase. This is the climax of the sexual experience and is marked by intense pleasure, release of sexual tension, and muscular contractions. In men, it leads to ejaculation, while in women, contractions occur in the vagina, uterus, and rectal muscles. This phase is incredibly brief, usually lasting just a few seconds. Finally, we reach the resolution phase. This is a rest period where the body returns to its normal state. Men experience a refractory period where they are unable to achieve another erection or orgasm for a period. Women, however, do not have a refractory period and can quickly move back into the excitement phase if stimulation continues. Throughout this cycle, hormones play a crucial role. Dopamine, the pleasure hormone, floods the brain during sex, heightening feelings of enjoyment and satisfaction. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone, is also released, promoting feelings of intimacy and bonding. But what about the differences between men and women? Well, while the sexual response cycle is generally the same, the specific responses and timings can differ. For instance, women typically take longer to reach orgasm than men, and some women can experience multiple orgasms in a single sexual encounter. Men, on the other hand, have a refractory period where they need to rest before being able to reach orgasm again. So, as we can see, sex is not just a physical act but a complex physiological process. It's a dance of hormones and nerve signals, of arousal and satisfaction. And while everyone's experience of sex is unique, understanding the physiological aspects can help us appreciate this fascinating aspect of human life even more. Sex isn't just about the body, it's also about the mind. That's right, folks. When we delve into the world of sex, the psychological aspects are as important as the physical ones. So let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about emotions. Sex is an emotionally loaded experience. It can bring about a myriad of feelings, from intense passion and desire to deep intimacy and connection. These emotions can profoundly influence our sexual experiences. For instance, if you're feeling particularly connected with your partner, the sexual experience can feel more satisfying and intimate. On the other hand, if there's tension or unresolved issues, it can tamper with the quality of the sexual encounter. Next up, let's explore the realm of sexual thoughts and fantasies. Our minds are powerful tools of imagination, and they play a significant role in our sexual experiences. Sexual fantasies can serve as a safe space to explore desires and interests that you might not feel comfortable expressing in real life. They can also enhance sexual desire and arousal, making the actual experience more enjoyable. However, it's essential to remember that fantasies are just that, fantasies. They don't have to translate into reality unless both parties are comfortable and consenting. Speaking of consent, it's a critical part of the psychological aspects of sex. Clear, enthusiastic consent is necessary for a healthy and enjoyable sexual experience. It fosters trust, respect, and open communication, making sex not just an act, but a shared experience. Always remember, no means no, and yes should always be enthusiastic and informed. Now let's address some common psychological barriers to enjoyable sex. Anxiety is one of the most common obstacles. Whether it's performance anxiety, fear of intimacy, or worries about body image, these anxieties can inhibit sexual desire and satisfaction. If you're struggling with sexual anxiety, it's perfectly okay, and you're not alone. Many people face these issues, and seeking professional help can be incredibly beneficial. Negative body image is another psychological barrier. It's easy to forget that the media's portrayal of the perfect body is not a reflection of reality. All bodies are beautiful and deserving of pleasure. If you're struggling with body image issues, remember that your worth is not defined by your physical appearance. It's about who you are as a person and the connection you share with your partner. Finally, let's talk about communication. Open and honest communication about your desires, boundaries, and concerns is crucial for a satisfying sexual experience. It's okay to express your needs and wants. After all, your partner isn't a mind reader. By communicating openly, you can ensure that both you and your partner are on the same page, leading to a more fulfilling and enjoyable sexual experience. Therefore, sex is as much a mental and emotional experience as it is a physical one. Remember, the mind and the body are interconnected, and both play a vital role in our sexual experiences. So, let's give them the attention they deserve. The physical and psychological aspects of sex are not separate but deeply interconnected. This statement sets the stage for our exploration into the interplay of physiology and psychology during sex. Picture two dancers on a stage, each one responding to the other's movements, creating a harmonious performance. That's an apt metaphor for understanding the interplay between our bodies and minds during sex. Physiologically, our bodies respond to sexual stimuli, leading to a cascade of hormonal and neurological reactions. These reactions result in physical sensations, such as increased heart rate, blood pressure, and lubrication. But here's where it gets interesting. These physiological responses don't occur in a vacuum. They're closely tied to our psychological state. For instance, the physical sensation of arousal can trigger feelings of desire, excitement, or even anxiety. On the flip side, our thoughts and emotions can also influence our physical responses. Feelings of love, trust, and intimacy can enhance physical arousal, while negative emotions like fear or stress can inhibit it. This intricate dance between the mind and body can be seen in the sexual response cycle itself. The cycle, which includes stages of excitement, plateau, orgasm, and resolution, is not merely a series of physiological events. Each stage is also colored by psychological experiences. The anticipation during the excitement stage, the heightened focus during plateau, the euphoria during orgasm, and the contentment during resolution. These are all psychological aspects that intertwine with our physical responses. Understanding this interplay is vital for a healthy and satisfying sexual experience. It underscores the importance of not just physical health, but also mental and emotional well-being in our sexual lives. It reminds us that open communication, mutual consent, and emotional intimacy are as crucial as physical attraction and response. In essence, our sexual experiences are a holistic phenomenon, a dance of the mind and body in harmony. It's not just about the physical act, but also about the thoughts, emotions, and connections that accompany it. So the interplay between the mind and body during sex is a delicate dance, each influencing and being influenced by the other. So what does a person feel during sex? It's a complex mix of physical sensations, emotions, and thoughts. As we've discovered throughout this exploration, the sexual experience is far from straightforward. It's a multifaceted phenomenon that intertwines our bodies and minds in intricate ways. From the physiological aspects, we've learned about the cascade of hormones and neurological signals that govern arousal, pleasure, and climax. Meanwhile, the psychological aspects have shown us the importance of emotions, thoughts, and personal connections in shaping our sexual experiences. The interplay between these two realms further enriches the complexity of sex. It's the harmonious dance between our bodies and minds that creates the unique experience we each encounter during sex. In understanding these complexities, we not only demystify sex but also empower ourselves. We become more aware, more attuned, and more capable of experiencing intimacy in fulfilling and meaningful ways. The more you understand about the science of sex, the better equipped you will be to enjoy and navigate your own sexual experiences.